Hi, have you ever had questions about your grades and you're not really sure what to ask, how to ask it? Well, this little video is for you. We are going to look at some programs for calculating your grades so that you can look at what you have and then consider what you need to get the grade you want. So there are a couple of things I'm providing here. First, we have a list of grades and assignments so that you can orient yourself to what needs to be done and what the points are going to be by the end of term, and some websites so that you can start to see what's out there and what kind of options you have. Obviously, I'm just looking at two, and if you start to do searches for things like grade calculator and stuff like that, you're going to find lots of different options. So head out there and explore, see what makes sense to you. So first of all, I want you to have this. When you're looking at this video, you may want to hit pause and use these grades for the chart that you create. I'm giving you all of the information, but you probably just need the point value. So here I have the assignment, the location so that you know whether it's a discussion board or IntelliPath, and then over here the point value. So you're going to be using points to calculate your grade. This is the total number of points available at the end of our course that are fully available by Unit 5. So if you need to pause that, go ahead and look at it. So I was looking around and I found this website that I liked, which is rapidtables.com. And I also found My Grades to Go, which is an app. I liked this because, as you see, it lists multiple classes. So you could use that chart and then you could do the same thing by going to assignments on our course shell, and then you could do that for all of your courses, and then that would give you sort of that power in your hands to know what's going on with them. So having an app is great, and then this one is available via a website. But of course, the most important one, always reach out and ask me. That's a conversation we can have by email or messenger or IntelliPath Messenger. So I'm there for your questions. So I want to go on to the Great Wide Web and look at both of these pages. So the first one we have is My Grades to Go. So when you log on here, they have a video that's going to walk you through what they have and what they do. They said that it is free if you don't mind some ads. The full version is 99 cents, so less than $1, and you can have that full version. So that's something to consider. I haven't obviously downloaded the full version because I'm not paying that dollar, but I love having access to all those small things right away. So then the one that is available on the web. So rapidtables.com has this one with a grade calculator. I liked it because a lot of them look at percentages or letter grades, but we actually use points. So I wanted you to be able to access that really easily. So I scrolled down a little so that I could see just the grade calculator. In fact, I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so that it's available. So we are looking at just the grade calculator. We shift over here to points, and we see that there are 8. We have 9 assignments, so I'm going to go ahead and add a row. So the idea with this is that you can plug in how many points you have made in your grade, and then in the max grade, you can share how many are totally possible. So I'm going to plug in all of these. We have 4 IntelliPath units, and then we have 4 discussion boards. So the first one is 10, the other 3 are 75 points each, other 4, sorry. So what we have there is that we can hit calculate, and it's going to, well, it got mad at me because I didn't have all of that, but calculate is going to show us what we're doing with this. The reason I really want you to think about this is that a lot of times we get busy and we think, well, what if I do IntelliPath? Or what if I do discussion boards? And we don't think about doing both of them, that they work in tandem, that they work together. So if we just enter grades for one of these things, we're going to find that we're not doing so well. So let's say we did perfectly every time in discussion boards, but we just said, you know what, I don't have time for IntelliPath. I'm not going to do that this round. Well, I want you to see what kind of grade pops up. We have a 38.25. Well, let's do the opposite. Let's say, you know what, forget that. IntelliPath is worth a lot of points. I'm going to focus on IntelliPath. So we're going to plug in those numbers instead. And we're going to say, you know, we did the best. We got all the points possible. So we're going to calculate that, and we still have a D-. So I want you to be thinking about the fact that these work together, that we need to do IntelliPath and we need to do our discussion board, because most likely we have grades like a 98, we have an 87 because we were busy that week, we have 110, we have 97. And that doesn't look so great, but when we start to combine it with, say, a 60, if we get a 55, if we get a 70, if we mix these, we're going to see that we get a really great grade. Even though we haven't done perfectly on anything, we still did really well with that C+ because we had a little bit of everyone. So I want you to also be thinking about, those zeros. They really knock it down. Anything you can do to get some information onto your discussion board, anything you do in IntelliPath, it's going to add to it. It's going to support your overall grade. So when you get those zeros, that's when you call me. That's when you say, hey, let's talk about this because I want to up that. So always ask, always be in conversation and communicate. I'm here for those questions. So I hope that you had fun learning about your grades and that you feel a little bit more prepared to explore them, and that you know that all of that is in your hands.